jack action. More jumping jacks.
Yeah, looking good, guys. Get yourself ready. Start our fielding here in a few minutes.
There you go. I see you, Declan. You jumped in the group. Got some sprints going on. Holy heck. Man. Worn out. Andrew P's worn out up there. He just got some sprints. Killing it. Ooh, got some squats going on. Look at that. Arm circles.
All right, welcome guys. We're going to go ahead and get started. As I can see, most of you are already getting at it. Good for you. I understand a lot of you don't have a throwing partner or maybe not have as much material like a net to throw into or a bounce back. And that's okay. You might be thinking to yourself that, you know, why not just play video games all day? Which you could. Or you could have a baseball in your hand. I am a true believer in the more you're touching this ball, the more reps you're going to get, the better you're going to be. So yes, you can play video games. Yes, you can sit around. That's fine. But you're always able to improve yourself, whether or not you have a partner, you're by yourself or whatnot. So I'm glad to see you guys are already getting after it. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Let me go ahead and spotlight us real quick. So. I'll go ahead and let them spotlight it while we go ahead and get it. You guys aren't going to need a throwing partner for today. If you have one, that's great. You can have them really balls, make it more fun, more challenging. We're going to go ahead and show you guys without the glove and without having somebody roll it to us. First things first, we got to know how to get into a good fielding position. So in field, there's about 3 steps to it. First, we're going to just give you guys what a good stance looks like. So a good stance would be flat back, glove out in front. You kind of imagine you're digging your fingers into the sand, right? You want that glove deep into that dirt, flat as possible for that ball to roll smoothly up the glove. Have this hand there, trap it, right? Basics, we got that out of the way. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to how do we get to that position when we're in a game situation. In game situation, you watch the pros a lot of times, there's 2 different ways to approach a ball. As you're waiting for the pitcher to wind up and deliver the pitch, you see a lot of guys with their glove outside right here, ready to go, so they can sweep it across the field, nice and easy, right? Not stuck between the legs, not over position, nice and relaxed out in front, soft hands. So you can either do one or 2 things. You can start creeping slowly on the pitch. As soon as he delivers the pitch, we're going to go right, left, and now we're going to transition into our fielding position. Flat back, right? Now we're ready to go. We need to move. That's great because we were already creeping up, right? We were already mobile. Boom over here. That's good. Second method. We're on the bounce, right? We're going to start with right, left, bounce. Right, left, bounce, boom over here. Either or works. As long as you're ready to go, you're feeling mobile. So ready position. We're gonna get to that after we're transitioning. Once we get to that ready position, we want to approach the ball out in front. We want to beat the ball to its spot. We don't want the ball to play. So flat back, glove in the dirt, way out here, ready to go. So from here, all I want you guys to do is practice those few transitions, right? Right, left, glove down, flat back, out here. Right, left, glove down, flat back, same thing. Keep going over and over and over until you guys have it mastered. Looking good, looking good. Watching Coach Farley, see how her chest is over top of the ball? We don't want to be too deep into a lot. Otherwise, it's going to hit us in the face. We want flat back, chest over the ball. Not down here, right? Over top of that ball, just like Coach Farley.
All right, what's going on, guys? To add on to that, remember, a lot of you guys want at first to try to field the ball around where your feet are. Make sure that we're meeting the ball out front, okay? It's much harder to try to see the ball and field the ball underneath your legs. We want to get behind the ball and field it out front so we can see those hops coming in, right? So we want to get in a nice and low position and have our glove hand nice and extended out in front to go meet the ball out front like Coach Peyton was saying, okay? So when we're getting in our ready stance, this is gonna be our ready stance right here, right? Our glove hand is gonna be reaching out front, all right? Let's practice with that first. So you're gonna get in your ready position, just like Coach Peyton was saying, you know, flat, straight back, butt back, and we're gonna have our glove hand reaching out in front, okay? It should look like a nice triangle with your 2 feet and your glove hand, all right? So focus on that first. So get to that ready position and show me that you can have your glove hand out in front.
Those of you who have a partner, you can go ahead and have them roll you a ball just to practice getting into the timing of it as well. And then those of you without a partner, like I said, just have a ball in your hand. The more touches you can get on that thing, the better off you're going to be.
And after you field the ball, hold it out front and pause. After you, at the point of which the ball gets into your glove, I want you to pause. And so I can, and check yourself to make sure that that glove hand, you're feeling it out front and not in between your legs.
As simple as it seems, this is a great way to be intentional about what you're doing and really getting that muscle memory down.
Yep, keep that balance point. Glove out in front, all right? Field it and pause. Make sure you have a nice stance. Make sure you got the triangle out in front of you, okay? Glove out in front.
Make sure your gloves nice and open too. We don't want any pancake gloves. We want to be nice and big, ready for the ball to go in.
This is something great that you can do before you even get to the field, right? If you're at home, getting ready for a game, just right, left, right? Getting used to that ready position, getting all those transitions in, making sure it's smooth. All three of us have played for various athletic clubs, right? This is not something that's below us. This is something we would do before games as well, making sure we're all ready to go.
All right, let's talk about that top hand like Coach Peyton was saying, okay? Maybe some of you guys have heard from your coaches, we're talking about the alligator, right? So we want to get that other hand, your throwing hand, kind of on top of the baseball, on top of your glove hand. So if for whatever reason you have a bad hop or something, you can stifle the ball and grab it with your other hand, all right? So we want to use both hands when approaching the ball. Want to get out in front and keep that other hand nice and close just in case you have to help block the ball and keep it in front of you, right? There you go.
If it's not feeling right, make sure to Take it slow, feel it out, see what you're doing wrong. Pause and catch yourself. Looking good. We got a good group of infielders here. Solid defense.
Nice and slow and under control. Which is good. Yep. All right, next, we're going to work on to that approach. We're going to talk more about that approach, okay? So we kind of worked on good ready position and how we're supposed to field the ball out front. Now we're going to work on that approach a little bit more. Okay, like Coach Peyton was saying, it's going to be a right, left, field, and pause. Okay, so now we're going to do it all at once. We're going to get in a nice ready position. Okay, ball's going to be out front. We're going to go right, left, out into a nice fielding position, and we're going to pause with that ball out in front in a nice triangle. Okay, so do a couple of those. If you have someone to roll the ball to you, have them wait until you get in a nice ready position. Then they're going to roll it, and then you're going to go right, left into the ball. Okay, and pause when you get the field. Right, left, field. There you go. When you field it, pause. Out in front. See how Coach Carly's pausing afterwards? She fields the ball and she pauses. She checks herself to make sure you're in a good fielding position. There you go. Do about 5 more right there. Very nice. All right, now we're going to work on the next step. So after you guys field the ball, now we have to start thinking about transition and getting the ball as quickly and as efficiently as we can to first base or whatever you're throwing to, right? So after fielding the ball, we're just going to work on the next step, which is just one step towards the base, okay? So for now, we're going to focus on throwing to first base, all right? So after we do our initial ready position, we're going to do right, left, field the ball out in front, and then all we're going to do is step forward with that right foot, coming up to a nice throwing position towards first base. Then I want you to pause there, okay? It'll be a nice ready position. We're going to roll you the ball, right, left, field out in front, pause, and then we're going to take a step with that right foot and then get a nice throwing position towards first base.
For those of you who are wondering why it's right, left, now you know. Because as soon as that right, left comes, you're back to your right, right? You're coming through, taking that step towards the bag. If you did it the opposite way, you're going to be spinning in circles.
Yep, just get in a nice throwing position. Some of you guys have nets or a partner to throw to. This would be a great opportunity to get some throwing in as well. You can throw towards first base. There you go. Nice job. So some of you guys I can see that are rushing through it a little bit. Make sure that we take each step slowly, okay? You want to get in that ready position, come out front, field the ball, pause again, double check yourself, take that right step through, get in a nice throwing position, and pause and check yourself again. Good job, Andrew. All right, and kind of along the same lines, now we're just going to add the follow through to it. We're going to get to that throwing position, and we're not going to pause there. We're going to throw and then follow our throw, okay? So after you make that, you field the ball, you're in a nice position, you come up, step through, go through the throwing motion, and then take 1 or 2 steps towards the base that you're throwing to, all right? This is going to help ensure that you have all your momentum going the correct direction, and it's going to be more consistent throws, more active. Yep, follow your throw. Just take 1 or 2 steps towards that base. There you go. Nice job. Nice job, Shane. Nice job. All right, now we're gonna get a little bit more advanced now, okay? Now we're gonna go to the next step, which is called the banana route, all right? Towards the ball. When we're approaching the ball, all right, we're gonna make sort of a curve, okay? It's called the banana route. So after you get into the ready position, right? You know, the ball is either being rolled to you or you can have the ball set out in front. What we wanna do is take a step out, okay, around the ball, and then have our momentum going towards first base when we're fielding the ball, okay? So ball's coming straight at me. If the ball is right out front, we're gonna be ready right in front, all right? And we're gonna come around the baseball, field in front of our body, and then continue the momentum towards first base, okay? So this is a really good drill to just help for those faster runners. And if you have enough time, this is a really good way to get that momentum already going in the right direction to smooth out the entire fielding, okay? So I'll show you again. Ball's gonna be out front, all right? Ready position, pause, okay? Now I'm gonna come out around the baseball, meet it out in front, just like before what we were doing. Out front, nice triangle, and then step through towards first, okay? The nice throwing position, all right? Do a couple of those. Get a nice little banana route.
Rule of thumb is if you can get around that ball and beat it to the spot, do it. You don't want to let that ball take any chances of getting past you.
There you go. Nice job, Kai. About 5 more reps right there.
Well, yeah, because the ball wasn't rolled. I did it slow that time. Do you want me to put the ball down?
Couple more. Nice job, guys. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Coach Peyton and Coach Carly. and we're going to talk about proper fielding position for the backhands as well as the forehands, okay? Now, after they are finished explaining the correct positioning for backhands, then we're going to work on the same thing that we were just working on, right? So we're gonna go through an entire fielding motion, but the only difference is we're going to go backhand, all right? We're going to start backhand first. Coach Peyton and Coach Carly are going to explain the correct setup for the backhand, okay?
Hello, everyone. I'm Coach Carly. You haven't seen me much, but I do play softball, so I know a little bit. So when you are in your backhand position, can someone show me a backhand? I just want to see if anybody knows what to do. Let's see. Oh, there's a car. Jeez. Okay. I see some good ones.
You guys got the gist of what a backhand is.
Yes, you do. Okay, so a key point to when doing your backhand, you don't want to move your feet this way. We can't see my feet. We don't want to move our feet this way. We don't want to lean this way, fall over. We want to keep that athletic stance that Coach Isaiah was talking about. We want to stay nice and low, keep our chest and our back nice and flat. And we just want to flip our glove over. Do you guys think I should come up over like this and come down? If any of you say yes, I'm going to be very angry. You want to come right here. You want to sit nice and low, okay? So when you were in this position and you're coming through in baseball, because you guys like to be fancy and all, you can come here, you're going to step through it, funnel it up, and go into your throwing position. Coach Peyton, oh my God.
Keep in mind, as you're funneling through it, a lot of people like to stab at it, right? You're sweeping through that ball until you're sure you have it. Then you bring it to the center of your chest. Transitioning to what you guys just learned. Stepping towards first, right? That right foot, making a good soft throw, following the throw, right?
Exactly. I see some of you trapping it. We don't want to trap a backhand. We want to make sure it's nice and smooth. We come through here, and we come through it. We don't want to come here and trap it like a mouse. We want to come through, nice light glove, okay? Keep your hands nice and light.
I understand the glove is facing a different position, so this hand might seem useless, but this hand actually can go ahead and follow that glove not far behind as you're sweeping through, just in case that ball happens to hit your glove and you can grab it with this hand and make that throw still, right? So this hand's not completely useless, even though the glove's facing a different position.
If you have any questions, make sure you're shooting them into the chat, okay? Or unmute your mic and you can ask us anything. Oh, just kidding. You can't unmute your mic. My first timer. Give me a break. Don't let those feet get stuck in the mud, okay? Just like when you're going side to side, fielding a ground ball right at you, you want to make sure your feet are nice and light.
For those of you without a partner, you can still do the kind of same thing. Try to use your bare hands. I don't think you're going to be able to sweep it up necessarily with your glove without picking at it, but same concept, coming through that ball, right? Making that throw to first.
There you go. Got a little wobble action. I like that.
You guys can master this. Your coaches will love you, especially your catchers for your shortstops and second basemen. Same concept for short hops.
Make sure we're turning that glove over. Ah. Couple more. Like I said, make sure you're staying nice and low. Don't come up too soon. Make sure you have the ball first. Good.
Looking good, Mr. Harrison. That was fantastic. I love it. I love it. The Wilsons both getting after it.
Yeah, make sure too, when you're going over on that crossover step, so watch my back foot. You're not coming like this and leaning this way, because then we forget that back foot and it gets a little bit lazy. We want to make sure we're staying both on our feet, keep our feet moving so that we can make a beautiful play that all your coaches will love.
Those of you finding the backhand a little bit tricky, it's okay to just take it slow, right? Feel out the motions. Don't go through it, just go through it. Really be intentional about the footwork here. It's very important.
Good job, Mason B. Slow it down.
Eventually, on fluid motion, you guys will get the timing and the rhythm down and everything with it.
A few more, then we're going to go into our glove hand.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the front hand real quick. It's almost the same thing. You're still in that ready position, still ready to go. You're not doing anything crazy. Your glove is already on this side. What we're actually trying to avoid here is stepping over with this foot, tying ourselves up. We're not trying to feel it go to our body like that. We're trying to stay open with this leg, right? Get it out in front so we're not keeping the ball away from ourselves. So whether you're an outfielder or you're an infielder, same concept. You're kind of coming forward to that ball, carrying that momentum to your throwing. As you're picking up that ball, now this foot has nothing in its way. So all you have to do is bring it to that bag, right? Same concept as when you were catching or when you're just in that ready position, bringing that foot forward. But now you're out here, right? Not center of your body, out here, taking that momentum, boom. Those of you at home by yourself, it's okay to just toss that ball, kind of come through it, right? It's a little bit trickier, but it's better than nothing. Also, for the front hand, you have more access to this hand being up here to blocking that ball. As you're coming out here, this hand's ready to go. Trapping that ball in, getting ready to make that throw in that same grip.
Ball first.
Looking good, looking good. For those of you who still need an example, Coach Carly's going to go through a few of them for us.
Trying to learn over here.
Can be a little bit awkward. It's really, really easy to cross over your feet or accidentally kick that ball. That's why we're trying to get low, butt back, flat back, and that glove deep out in front of us. For those of you who have partners rolling you that ball, what can help you is really reading that ball, watching each hop, trying to pick out which one you're going to get ready to go and attack, right? We don't want it to be willy-nilly. We want to have a plan of attack and how to get that ball to first base, second base, or third base. Really got to get the timing and the rhythm down. Really looking good, you guys.
Man, you guys are wearing me out today. I had to get a drink. Woo. Looking good. Remember, keep those gloves nice and open. Either way, okay? You want to feel your hand just like this inside of your glove. Give the ball as much opportunity to get in there as possible, okay? Nice and big. Let me see a couple, Dash. What you doing, boy? I caught you. Yeah.
Those of you who are inside by yourselves, more power to you. That's impressive. Having that kind of determination and will to get better at baseball. It shows a lot about your character. Those of you outside, same thing. Power to you.
It's a beautiful day for some baseball, that's for sure. Loving the pup out there.
All right, so for the last thing, guys, we're gonna practice. You're gonna still have the same concepts applied, but using short hops. So those of you with the partner, we're opening up just a little bit, almost like we're about to cover second base for somebody who's stealing. And all we're doing, sitting out here, coming through that ball, right? Those of you who don't have a partner, all you need to do is sit here and drop the ball, come through, pick it up on that hop. We're sweeping through it, right? Nice and easy, boom. Then we can transition and throw if you'd like. But for these short hops, it's better to just get a lot of repetitions, get used to reading that ball, sweeping through, not stabbing, not trying to pick at it from up top. Get low and sweep through, get low and sweep through. Not like me.
Don't forget to grab a drink if you need. I see some red faces out there. Do we have a question? He's raising his hand for a question.
Do you have access to the chat box?
Oh, go ahead and talk. We can hear you.
Our dad didn't hear what the throwing partner does.
Okay, so for the throwing partner, you can be up close or far away. It's up to you. We're really working on short hops. So have you ever played second or short? You know how like sometimes they steal, the catcher might throw it in the dirt? We're kind of working on that because it's the same concept as when somebody hits it hard, right? You got to get that short hop. So you're just going to open yourself up. He's going to kind of throw it right under you. You're going to kind of have to sweep through it. Not to where you're catching it in the air, but kind of as it's hitting the ground, you're sweeping through it, getting used to reading that ball.
Okay, short hop. So one of you stand behind each other.
Yeah, yep.
If you have a question, just go ahead and raise your hand. We can unmute you and you can ask. Awesome job, guys. Keep it up.
Shane, I love it.
I love all the active feet too. You're not getting stuck in the mud out there, getting ready to pop your feet and throw. Either first base, second base, wherever you're turning the play. Good job. Ooh, I had a camera fall over.
Uh-oh, hope everything's all good.
You're okay, bud.
Oh, it was Mr. Shane. I'm sorry, Shane.
All right, so next you're gonna finish up what you're doing. Everybody's doing an awesome job. Take a slight break. You guys are wearing me out watching you. So we are going to work on fly balls now. Everybody excited for that? Who's an outfielder? Anybody? Got a hand? Okay, 2 hands, 3
on.
hands, 4 hands, 5 hands. Everybody's an outfielder. Everybody's an outfielder. Everybody's an infielder. You come to Top Gun. All right, so Coach Peyton, you work on that?
All right, we're gonna work on the approach to the fly ball. It's almost the same thing as when it's on the ground, but it's reversed. Now it's in the air, right? We're keeping this front foot towards where we're getting ready to throw our target, right? Our lead foot, our aim foot, we're setting that up. So as we're approaching the ball in the outfield, right? See it, once I catch it, I know I need to make that throw, hit my cutoff, and he's right in front of me. My foot's already in that right direction. Now all I gotta do is bring it down, break, sweep this foot through, make that throw. Or get ready for a crow hop, and sit on your back foot, right? Catch it and release. All we're gonna work on is just getting lined up before we're throwing. So if we're throwing to first, boom, front foot's ready for first. Throwing to third, boom. We're just creeping in, get that lead foot ready to go wherever it needs to go.
When you're doing this too, if you're having a partner, if your mom or dad are there, make sure you have them yell out, hey, you're going 3, or hey, you're going 1, so that you have to practice hearing it and getting your foot going the right way.
Also, another thing to keep in mind is positioning of that glove, right? If you have it right in front of your face, right, you might not be able to see that ball. If you want to keep it right below, right at eye level, that's fine. As long as that ball is above that glove, you can still see it, you're fine. It's back here, now you've lost sight of your hand, right? That's not necessarily ideal. You want to have hand-to-eye coordination, so somewhere right around the nose level, right? Also, once we're catching that ball, we want 2 hands ready to trap it, just like on the ground. Alligator, same thing in the sky. Alligator's catching it up here too.
One thing I always learned that was easy for me to remember in the outfield, it's this thing called the window of opportunity. So when you're fielding a fly ball, if you make a nice big square, you have this hand ready, your glove hand's right there, you're framing that ball and putting it right in your window. So that when it comes down, both hands are already there and you're ready to throw.
Keep in mind, this isn't necessarily just for outfield. If you're playing third base in the infield, you still want to be ready to go to make that throw. Somebody might have forgotten to tag up on first or second, right? If you're facing this direction, catching the ball, now you have to take all those extra steps to turn around when you can just set yourself up. Boom, I'm ready to go to first now. Does Aiden have a question? Aiden, you there, buddy? You all good, Aiden? All right, love to see it.
So you're getting both hands up there. We don't want that hand to be dangling or behind your glove. We want it to be right there, ready to catch. Okay?
I like to see it, Shane. Simulating everything inside, doing what you can. I love it, buddy. Everybody's killing it. Everybody. Nice job, Mason. Looking good, Kelly. By yourself. I'm sorry, but hey, at least you're getting it in.
Keep it going. Nice feet. Jackson's looking awesome. I see you throwing against a wall or something. It's good. Like I said, make sure you're not getting that hand in your glove. That's how we break a hand in the game of baseball and softball. Okay, keep it out of your glove, but right there ready to catch.
All right. Isaiah gets on the
Nice
show.
job, guys. All right, another thing to go with outfield work, okay? Your first step, a lot of coaches will tell you, is first step back, so then you can make your adjustments in, okay? As an outfielder, if our first movement is to rush forward, then we have all of that room in the back, right? We're the last line of defense, okay? So our first step has to be back, then work forward, all right? We want to try to keep the ball in front of us at all times. So what you can practice is same thing as infielders. We're going to get in our ready position, okay? But then I want you to take a step back, open up those hips. So now we're in a position to either come forward and attack the ball, or we're open and then we can go back, okay? And get those balls that are kind of overhead, all right? So this next drill, what I want you to do is just alternate between the two. I have one where you're in a ready position, and then you come forward and ready. The next one, I want you to come ready position, and then open up for that one going over your head, all right? Do a couple of those. Let me see that.
Also, that first step back, as long as it's back, it's your best guess. If you think the ball is going to be on this side of you, step back with this foot. If you think the ball is going to be on the opposite side, you can step back with that foot. You may have to make the adjustment while running if that ball adjusts on its own, but as long as your first step is back and not in, you're good to go.
Guys. Couple more of those. All right, now this final drill is going to incorporate all of them all together. We're going to work on coming forward to get the ball. We're going to work on backhands, forehands, and over the shoulder. All right, this next one, if you have a throwing partner or a parent throwing you balls, have them challenge you a little bit, okay? We're always going to get in that same ready position, all right? And then your partner's either going to roll the ball at you, either in front, backhand, forehand, or they're going to throw it up in the air. Your goal is to get into the right fielding position and catch that ball correctly. So if it's a backhand, we're opening up, we're going to that backhand, all right? If it's right at you, we're going to come forward, nice and ready position out front, all right? If they toss it up, you're going to take a step back, open up, and then come forward and grab it and get underneath it, okay? So have them challenge you a little bit as far as rolling it, throwing it over your head, okay? Backhands and forehands.
For those of you without a partner, you can still do something. You can still drop the ball, practice sweeping through. You can throw it up, catch it yourself, maybe take that drop step each side, practice both sides of the shoulder.
Mix it up, challenge each other. There you go.
For those of you with partners, maybe even have a little competition, see who can do the most perfectly in a row.
Nice job, guys. Couple more.
Hey, way to stick with it, Aaron.
All right, guys. Hey, great group today. Great group. Really exciting. Our biggest class so far. So everybody give yourself a round of applause. We had 27 kids show up today. That's awesome. So, hey, I'm going to unmute you so that you guys can ask any questions, do whatever you want. Before I unmute, does anybody have a question right off the bat? Raise your hand. Anybody? Question? No? Okay, I'm gonna unmute you guys. You can all say hi to each other. All right.
Thank you. Thanks.
So,
Thank you. Thank you. For being late.
Cool, that was
all right.
I know,
Hey, y'all keep signing up, keep showing up to these classes. And hey, when we end these meetings, don't stop. Keep working on your game, okay? So go, if you got a tee, go hit into your net, do something different, but keep moving, keep active. Hey, baseball's fun. Keep having fun, guys. All right.
Thank you, coaches.
All right, guys. Hey, we'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, coaches.
Got sisters tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We got softball tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Outside, enjoy that weather.
Bye. Bye.